I seem to have been roundly criticised for speaking the truth. My last video, I spoke about what a poor business photography is, and I got astounded reactions as though there were millions of dollars to be made out there and the world was wonderful and there was money coming out of everybody for photography. Bullshit. In fact, I'll say that again. Bullshit. Let's look at the photographers that I know. There's a lady that works, she has a studio in a mall. She's there maybe one day a week. The rest of the time she's working in a nursing home, earning enough money to support her photography habit. There's a wedding photographer. He charges about $3,000 for a wedding. So if weddings were so profitable, how come he's doing the odd wedding here and there when he can find them, and spending the rest of his time supporting his photography habit, working in a gun shop? Okay, what about there's a photographer that just went bankrupt and had his house repossessed and he's now living on somebody else's sofa? That doesn't sound too profitable to me. Just about everybody is saying times are getting tougher, times are getting tougher. I know one fellow who is a photographer and he makes most of his money from photo restoration, and he says he'll be glad to be out of the business and retired. Even restoration is collapsing these days because it takes 2 minutes with Photoshop on your computer to restore any photograph. No, this business about photography actually paying, it's bullshit. It really is bullshit. It's a paying hobby at best. Which brings me on to my original topic of discussion. Now, my original topic of discussion for this video was not to respond to criticisms of the previous video, which I seem to have spent a few minutes doing, but was to talk more about how much you should spend on photography. Given that the value of camera gear plummets with about the glide ratio of a lead brick, it makes sense not to spend too much on it. The camera you spend $1,000 on this year will be worth $50 in about 3 years' time. So unless you plan to buy it, use it, sell it for half price in 6 months, and then go on to the next camera, you're going to lose money like, oh, it's really not going to be funny. It really isn't. So don't overload yourself with expensive cameras. Wait until you get the end of line, an end of line camera, end of line lenses. Don't waste your time buying a flash. Nobody uses flashes these days. High ISOs have eliminated the need for a flash in the vast majority of circumstances. Who needs a flash when you can get 128,000 ISO? Jesus, I don't. I've even photographed with 1600 ISO handheld in a dark nightclub, and the pictures have been phenomenal. So, don't spend a shitload of money. It's a waste of money, it's a waste of time. Just don't do it. If you're going to go in for photography, get an end-of-line camera, end-of-line lens, or a couple of lenses. Don't go more more than 2 or 3 lenses, just get a zoom lens. If you're going to use a tripod, get yourself a decent tripod. Don't get a cheap ass one because they just wobble. Just don't spend a ton of money. And there are all these people trying to peddle camera bags. Oh yes, very nice, very protective. They scream camera bag. Best thing to do, simple messenger bag and wrap your cameras in a towel. That's the best protection you can get. It doesn't look like a camera bag, doesn't feel like a camera bag, but it's all there. So, I think that pretty much sums up what I've got to say today. Don't spend too much money, and especially if you're going to start it as a business, don't spend money on the business because it's not going to make money. Don't blow money on yellow pages, don't blow money on advertising, don't throw money at a website, don't throw money at car signs or business cards. That's all just a scam. That's all designed to part you from your money. If you're determined to go out and take photos and advertise your photography, you can use Craigslist as a free advert. You can get a free blog from Google or somebody like that to use as a website. Free websites even. Don't waste your money on a domain name. It's a waste of time. You'll never get your money back on it. Business license. Yeah, right. By the time you've got your business license, you've spent probably about $50 on getting a business license. And is it going to get you business? No. Don't get a business license until you actually get business. Don't advertise. No point in throwing money away. And I can guarantee photography is not going to make money anyway. So don't throw money at it. That's about it for now. So I'm hoping to see you back for the next installment of Photography 101. And as before, my name is Zaphod Beeblebrox. Thank you for watching, thank you for listening, thank you for visiting.